When that goes down, okay, so welcome everybody. Sorry for the delay. Welcome to the official opening of the 7th season of Worldwide Comedy with our open mic night here at Niebo Cafe. Go ahead and clap your hands one more time. So welcome everybody to September. We have finally made it through Wrocław's summer, where we have those days of why am I wearing a jacket in July, followed by I'm going to light myself on fire to cool off. So that's done, and now it's just going to be rainy and shitty. Welcome to it. All right, yeah, Wrocław in the fall. It's beautiful. Okay, so do we have anybody here who is here for the first time for one of our events? We have a few people who are raising their hands. I know you're here for the first time. Clap your fucking hands if you're here for the first time. All right, you guys can follow directions. I like it. Okay, very nice, very nice. I am the Derrek Carriveau. I'm going to be hosting tonight. This will be probably the last time you see me on stage in Wrocław. Not probably, because I'm going to be going on tour. We're going to be talking more about that, and I will be coming back here to Wrocław at the end of the month to do a big homecoming show. You go ahead and clap for that, my friend, one more time. So I like your enthusiasm, sir. Okay, so for those of you who have not been here before, this is an open mic night. So we have a registry online if you go to Worldwide Comedy Online. Sir, why don't you show them your t-shirt? Stand up real quick here. Show them what the t-shirt looks like. Worldwide Comedy. That's right, you can find that. Thank you very much. You find out all about our terrific events right there, and if you are interested in performing during the open mic, he is great, that guy. If you want to find out more about performing, like us on Facebook. We have the events up. Now, there's going to be something a little bit new this season, and that is we're going to be doing open mics every Monday now, unless we have another show, which we happen to have one this month, but we'll talk about that later. So for now, it's not once a month, it's not twice a month, but we're going to be here at least 3 or 4 times a month at Niebo Cafe for the open mic. Now with open mic, you get 5 minutes to tell your best stuff, your best joke, your best anecdote. Leave my beer alone, sir. That's it. Yeah, hold on, hold on. Thank you. Yeah. I have not been in a fight since the 5th grade. I will fight you for this beer. Take the beer. Anyway, thank you. So you get 5 minutes to tell your best joke, and for your troubles, you get a free beer. However, at the 4-minute mark, Dan, what are they going to see at the 4-minute mark?
This guy clapping?
I'm sure they're going to see more
this
of that.
light, Derek, they're going to see this light.
That's right. If everybody will notice, my lovely and talented assistant, Dan Mitchell, he will be up there. What? Not you, sir. Not you. You go ahead and sit back down. You think that? Do not get on my fucking stage. Okay? You go sit back down. Thank you very much. This is my stage until I say otherwise. Sit your ass fucking down. All right, thank you. Dobra, dobra. That's right. Okay, so that's the idea. 4 minutes. Dan's going to give you a signal. It means you have 1 minute to wrap it up. All right, so please remember that the people here, some people are trying some new stuff. Some people are here for the first time ever. So I want to hear everybody be great and supportive. So we're going to try one more time. Let's just go. What? Right into our performers for tonight. Our first performer, he just did his first headline show. He's been working with us for a little while now. He is from England, and we try not to hold that against him. He is enormous, and he is enormously talented. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ben Whelan!
Derrek Carriveau, everybody! Having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like it. How are we doing last night, everybody? We having fun?
It's Monday.
It's Monday. It is Monday. Oh, we've got a talkative lot in, and that's fun. That's always fun, isn't it? I'm Ben. I'm enormous. I've just come back from holiday, and so I did do my headline show. We organised it for 8 p.m. I was flying into the country at 6 p.m. So you know, I like to live dangerously. It was fun. But we've been away in Italy, and I sort of saw, you know, because sometimes I travel quite a lot, and it's not a brag or anything. I travel quite a lot. You see this kind of stuff happening all the time, and you very rarely see someone who's never travelled before. But I came across someone who clearly had never ever been through airport security before. She got buzzed. You know, she went through and her bag buzzed, and she was like, oh. And they're like, madam, if you could just come over here, please. And I was getting my bag, and she was standing. She's like, yes, how can I help you? Like, well, madam, you have a litre of barbecue sauce. You have a litre of barbecue sauce, an entire bottle of deodorant, and a big purple knife. Yeah, you can't fly with those things. And I've never seen anybody be just so like, why? You've been fucking alive for the last 20 years. Come on, Jesus. Yeah, so by way of introduction, really, I wanted to talk to you about a perfectly reasonable story about my wife and some eggs. But I've been told I'm not allowed to do that. I've been told that's too personal. Eggs that may or may not have gone off, we'll never know because we'll never hear the fucking joke. We'll never fucking know about them. And that's your fault. Maybe they'd be birds now. Maybe they'd be sandwiches now. Maybe they'd be in the bin now, but these things are too personal because they're eggs. We can't talk about the eggs. Maybe do we have any milk at home? No, don't talk about the milk. Fucking never talk about the milk then. That's between me and you. Ben, milk. We shall never, ever talk about the milk. My God, don't talk about the orange juice. I know I was supposed to get orange juice the other day. Okay, we're out of orange juice. But never talk about the orange juice! Never talk about the fucking eggs! We did have some eggs. They were gone off. That was the punchline of the joke that I would have told if I'd been allowed to talk about the eggs that we have in our fridge. But we don't. And see, the thing is, the joke was going to be told through the sort of the prism of a joke about sexy talk in bed, right? I was going to say, oh, me and my wife, we have, when I got married, because, you know, married, everyone always says it gets worse, life gets worse, sex gets worse, right? But I was going to say, no, we still have really good sexy talk, and you were there, Sarah, worrying that I don't know how to do stand-up comedy. But no, I know how to do stand-up comedy. But I've been told specifically to not do any stand-up comedy by my wife about the eggs that we have in our fridge, right? It wasn't going to be an offensive joke, it wasn't going to be something that was going to wow you all and make you all suddenly be like, oh my God, I've seen something new. I'm alive now. My life has moved me on into another plane in existence. No, I was going to tell you about how she said to me, and I thought she was going to say something sexy because she rolled over and she said, but she's not, I'm not telling you this. She said, and I said, are the eggs okay? What? Yeah, the eggs in the fridge. Are they okay? Are they okay? Like, no, I think we've had them for like sort of probably a week now. We should have used them yesterday. Yeah. I think they're bad too. Okay. Good night! But I'm not allowed to tell you any of that because it's too personal, you see, because these are things that she doesn't want you to know about my life. That we have eggs. Sometimes we buy too many eggs for the uses that we have for eggs. And sometimes I should have stopped there. So maybe I don't know how to do stand-up comedy, you might be right. I'm being flashed, I know that, but I'm just going to keep looking at you. I can be comedy, I genuinely can. Often I do it without having been told I'm not allowed to do any comedy before I come up on stage and do comedy. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm Derrek.
So then, I'll give you a quick break in just a minute. When you learn how to do stand-up, that's when you'll get it. Ben just did a headline show. It's great.
It was better than that.
Hey, Preston! He's very funny. And the one thing that he will learn is to just not invite his wife to stand-up comedy events anymore, much like myself. Do not get on my fucking stage. Get off my stage. Get off my stage, please. Poproszę, prosto, prosto. No, I'm not drinking. Thank you very much.
Hey, dinka, dinka, die, dinka, die, dinka, die.
Okay. So it's kind of funny to be in Wrocław in September because I always kind of forget that on the 1st of September, school starts. And I realize that today I'm on a bus today to work, and I'm used to the bus being like half full. And I get on today, and not only is it full, but it's, it's filled with the smell of hormones and fear, which makes me know high school is back in session. Yeah. And there's often like weird things that happen on the tram or bus. You got anybody who regularly takes the public transportation here? People? Yeah. And not that long ago, I'm on the bus, and there's this woman, and next to the woman is like a full-size television. Right? So not like a flat screen TV, but like kind of an old, and it's got the deep thing. And I go to sit down, I see her standing there, and I thought, how the fuck did she get down on the bus? These are not light things. And then the bus stops. The TV stands up and walks off. There was a child inside of the television. It's just weird. It's weird to see that. It's weird, especially, yeah, I know where he is. So yeah, especially because I realized it was a former student of mine inside this TV, and he used to tell me that he wanted to be in TV. And I told him, no, in English we say on TV. You want to be on TV. He showed me. Grammar jokes, they're the best. All right, our next performer, I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but he is not from here. That's all I'm going to say. This is going to be his first time on our open mic stage. I think he did something for Christians Not Safe for Wrocław events, his storytelling event. So he has been on stage before. He is, I believe, a Toastmaster, but don't hold that against him. He is going to try to tell you jokes, but again, he's a Toastmaster. We'll see how that goes. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't hype him any more than that. Put your hands together for Yash!
Thank you for giving people ammunition against me. So guys, I'm Yash, and I'm from India. I've been on stage a lot, but I've never done comedy. The last time I did comedy was with my ex-girlfriend. So I'm not pretty good at that. But recently an incident happened to me, and I thought that it would be worth sharing with everybody because people would laugh, because I was laughing my ass off on that. Okay, just to begin with, how many of you have a Tinder profile? So, only two single people in the room, one girl and a boy, so we'll talk later, yeah? Okay, so this is an incident from Tinder. I just made a profile on Tinder a few months back. I don't understand Polish, so if you can translate it into English, I will. Okay, so I made a Tinder profile not too long back, and I swipe right twice in a day after every 12 hours, because that's when Tinder gives you free credits to swipe right. And then once you finish swiping right, you need to wait for another 12 hours. And that's the only notification I get from Tinder is like, you have more likes, so you can start swiping right again. Go meet your perfect match. I did not have any match till last week. And suddenly I got a notification on my mobile phone from Tinder saying, you have got a match. And I was like, yes! But before opening the notification, I was like, I prayed to God, I hope she's not somebody that I don't want to meet. But fortunately, she was gorgeous in the photographs. She looked nice, and I sent a message to her, hey, hi, Really happy to be connected with you. Really, really happy to be connected with you. And fortunately, I got a response from her. Hi, how are you? And then we talked for about 10-15 minutes, and I couldn't stop myself. So I wrote to her, would you like to meet for a coffee or a beer or something like that? So she wrote to me, what is something like that? I was like, okay, I would rephrase. Would you like to meet for a coffee, full stop? I didn't mention beer because then it would go to something else. So she said, okay, let's meet in the city center on a Monday. I was like, okay, I'm having vacation. And just to share with you all, I'm having vacations till 1st of October. And I'm having vacations since 15th of June. So quite a long one. I know people hate me for that. Right, so we meet last Monday. And I was waiting in the bar for her. She came, she was as gorgeous as she looked in the photo. So I was like, okay, photo matches the description. It's really good. And then we sat, we were talking, everything was going good. I was like, okay, this is the time. Now it's my time in Rostov, yes, finally. And then I asked her a question. You know, every guy is curious to ask this question to the girl. Do you need Tinder dates often? And then the description really shocked me. She said yes. But then she said, yes, I do meet guys quite often. And I go on dates with girls. I was like, wait a minute here. No, let me ask what I understood. So you go on dates with boys and girls? So she said, no. It's not like that. I go out with boys because I like to meet new people. And I go out on dates with girls. I was like, okay. So, are you a lesbian? She said, yes. Very softly, in a very tender voice. Yes. And my heart broke, of course. And then she went on, I don't like guys. The next question I was going to ask her something, but then she said, I don't like guys asking me to make an exception. That was my next question. And then I tried to rephrase it, have you ever experimented with boys? Then she said, yes, but it didn't go well. I didn't like it. I said, perfect. But then it didn't stop there. I didn't get up and went away. But I was like polite, I did want to run away from there, but I was polite. Then I asked her, so how has been your experience with girls? Do you know it has always been an imagination of mine and every other boy on this face of earth to date a lesbian couple? I mean, two girls. A threesome. She said, yes, I know about that. One of my friends asked me. And I said, how? So she described it to me. She said that is the way how my friends found out that I'm a lesbian. And she went on to describe that we were on a school trip. I was like, okay, you're a lesbian for quite a long time, so you're sure about it. So they were on a school trip, and apparently she found a girl in the bar. I don't know how a schoolgirl entered the bar, but she told me that she entered the bar. And she found the girl and went back to the hotel room with her. And apparently she didn't know that there is another guy staying in the same room. And they were making out, and there were loud noises like, you all know, you're all adults, yeah, God, yes, do it, Lord. And suddenly somebody shouted, who is there? And then she was like, oh, we are just making out, get lost. She saw, they were near the door, so she saw that somebody is calling from outside, but she didn't know that somebody is inside. And this guy was sitting, her friend was inside the room and was watching everything. And that is how her friends got to know, because he just ran out of the room and told everybody that she's making out with a girl. And the best part is how the whole thing ended, because she described how the teacher, who was somebody from the Middle East, approached her after hearing that she's a lesbian. So he went, my dear little girl, you should think about it again. God has made us for doing particular things, and two girls together cannot do anything. Please think it over. I am here to help if you want. Thank you.
All right, sexy time with Yash. Okay, let's hear it one more time. His first time on the comedy stage. That's why I haven't had to do much dating since I moved to Poland. It's like basically I got here, I got off the airplane, they put a shivets in one hand and a wife in the other. It was convenient. I didn't have to deal with all that. You should sign up for that program. It's the nice program. Okay, so let me see. Who do we have next? Oh, one of our favorites. This is a guy who has 2 separate times attempted to move away from Poland, but he doesn't know how to quit me, and he always comes running back. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Detroit, Dan Mitchell.
So Derrek, everybody, the Derrek Carriveau.
That's me.
Where did that extremely enthusiastic clapping guy go? I want him to come back again. You know how I know that guy was drunk? I was standing right where Derrek is, and he hands me 5 zloty, and then an empty Juba bottle, and just points at the 5 zloty, and at the empty Juba bottle. And I said, I'm not the barman, man. Sorry, I'm not the barman. I am Detroit Dan Mitchell. You would never know by my branding. I just have a question for all of you in the audience. Is anyone having a birthday this week? Are you having a birthday this week? What day was your birthday? I want to ask how many of you had. When was your birthday? All right, 26th of July. Good enough. My father has a birthday on Friday. He'll be turning 65 years old. He can finally get his Polish retirement going. He's not Polish though, he is living in America, and I think that he's been mentally retired, be sure to say that word carefully, for about 3 years. He somehow convinced his last company to fire him, but honor the contract and pay him another salary for a year. And then they realized after they fired him that the people who did his job now were terrible, so they brought him back to work 20 hours a week for double the pay. He got 3 salaries for a year. The man is a genius. Needless to say, now he doesn't actually have work. All he does is sit around and figure out ways to spend his money on vacation. So we had a family reunion this summer in Italy, which was a fantastic trip. It was really nice to see them all again. It was a weird thing though. I'd been to Italy before, but I hadn't realized just how much you can learn about a country if you examine the items that a foreigner can easily buy 24 hours a day. In Italy, they have 24-hour cigarette and condom vending machines. Because Italian men like to have a smoke after they have sex with somebody else's wife. In Poland, we have, żabkas, so we can get alcohol and cigarettes, so we can have drunken sex and let God decide, like a good Catholic would do. In America, we've got McDonald's and Walmart, because we're a bunch of impatient fat asses who want everything all the time. America, yeah, that's right. It's been nice. It was a good time with my family. It was something I was not really excited for, I have to be honest, because my girlfriend came with me and she had not yet met most of my family. She met my parents once for a couple of days at Christmas time, but everybody else she hadn't met before, and I was pretty nervous. She and I started dating several years ago, and at that point in time, I didn't communicate with my family via FaceTime or Skype. It was mostly SMSs and emails. So we started seeing each other more and more often, and I was telling my family about this girl that I was dating, how she was really sweet, and telling them the dates that we went on and the vacation places we went to. I sent them photos and stuff, and it was kind of sad for me because for a long time it seemed like my parents specifically didn't really like this new girlfriend of mine. I didn't understand why this was, and then one day it finally hit me, because for them she wasn't a sweet girl from a Polish village called Asha. For my mom, this was a European stripper with a stage name of Asia. And to my dad, I had fallen in love with a stripper and I only knew her stage name. I was so disappointed. So thankfully, we changed things a little bit. Now I know her and she's not a stripper anymore. My dad and I are pretty similar. We both are sort of sons of the Motor City. We love cars. And whenever we're together, we annoy my mom, sister, and brother by pointing out all the unusual cars we see around us. So the last time they came to Wrocław, we took a trip to Prague. And my dad was non-stop. Skoda, 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 Skoda. I'm like, Dad, yeah, I know. We have those in Poland too. Oh, they're just so cool. I love them. Okay, great. Are there any Polish people in the crowd right now? Yeah, do it for yourself. Poland's an alright place. I have a little bit of a message for you. Skoda makes a vehicle that is called the Skoda Superb, not the Skoda Super B. Superb means something is very good, which is what they hope they think the car will be, but it usually never is. I've been, like I said, I've been in Wrocław for a while, and I think that Wrocław is kind of a magical town. Actually, I know that it's a magical town because if I told my parents that I moved to just another random American city and then described my living conditions, they would be horrified. Oh yeah, Mom, it's great. I live across the street from 3 busy train tracks on the 3rd floor of a 50-year-old unrenovated building with no elevator. Every day, 7 or 8 drunk people stand outside my apartment door and drink alcohol. I think they set the dumpster on fire last week. And oh yeah, the air pollution is so bad in the city that 7 months out of the year no one could breathe properly. If I told them that I moved to Philadelphia and that's how I was living and I also had no job, they would lose their minds. But if I say the word Wrocław, it's like, oh, that sounds so cool, when can I come visit? Detroit, Tim Mitchell, everyone, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much, Dan. Keep it going for Mitchell. Philadelphia, huh?
Born and raised.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So our next performer, he started showing up to our open mics just maybe a couple months ago, but he's been here pretty consistently. He's trying to work on it, get better. So let's give him some feedback. Feel free to tell him, what you think, and be honest, and be brutal. Don't spare anything. Just like if you don't like his shoes or something, that's fine. You can let him know. He can handle it. He's tough. He's a tough kid. Davey, come on up here. Davey!
Honestly, I almost got late for today's show because it usually starts at 8:30, and today it starts at 8, and I was writing. And I was like, okay, so when does the show start? At 8, as always. I was like, fuck! You said, everyone told me that it starts 8:30. No, it's only in summertime. After summer ends, it was fuck. Ben, why did you tell me before that? Come on. So yeah, and I really wanted to come on stage today because I have something I really wanted to tell you about. And that is that I am a killer. And before you jump into any conclusions, by this, I simply and only mean that I kill people. Okay? I murder people, I take lives. And some of you might think, well, no, I don't smoke, sir.
I like cigars.
I like them too, but I don't smoke. But some of you might think, well, that's something only a comedian would say on stage. Isn't that the perfect camouflage? It's amazing. It has so many benefits, because, whoa, fuck, my hand is shaking. Because I thought that after I will tell you this, you will laugh and I will be relieved. And apparently I'm not relieved as much as I thought I would be. And My weapon of choice? Laugh. And no, I don't laugh people so they died. It would be strange. I make them laugh until they die. Pretty fun way to kill, I'll be honest, and pretty loud often. And to kill people, I usually, make funny face and like, honestly, it's quite funny, but if I would show you the real face, there would be casualties. So, it wasn't the fake face. And once there was a guy who laughed so hard, I mean, so fucking hard. He was rolling on the floor, laughing, pissed himself, laughing, and then at the end, he laughed his ass off. And when the police came, they were like, this poor bastard, what happened to him?
Sir, we found his ass 2 blocks away.
Okay, that was pretty horrifying death. But it's still more humane than my friend Green Derrek, because he offers a shoulder to cry on, and his victims usually, cry their eyes out. Pretty terrifying to look at. And of course I'm joking, right? 'Cause come on. Nobody can kill someone with love, right? I use knives. As simple as that. And I hope that nobody got offended by this. Because, lately it's so easy to offend people. It's really amazing. Lately I was talking with a girl, and I said that I ate white bread for breakfast, and she got so pissed. I was like, what? Oh, come on. Oh, I'm going to faint. Oh, I'm so offended right now. I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? What's wrong with bread? White bread, you racist fuck? White bread? Black bread matters, Just for you to remember. And honestly, if you want to offend someone, it will be easiest to offend an extremist. Because actually, you need just 2 words, and now it's not fuck you. It's nicer words. You just need to say, I disagree. Extremists will go crazy over those 2 words. Well, actually, you don't need to use I, you can use whoever disagrees. And you can channel them to this person. Right? Pretty cool thing. And just remember that if anyone, after you offend them, goes crazy, the best way to defend yourself is to go crazy too. And it's something that I did once. It was so fucking satisfying. I was in Derrek, and there was some old lady, well, an old bitch more like, and she was really mad for cashier, and I don't know why. Those poor people, they make the pretty low salary, and people are still bitching to them, right? And this woman was so mad, I don't really know why. So when she was going away, I just looked at her and I went, she freaked out, you're crazy! And she go away. So, best way to defend yourself from crazy people is being more crazy. That's something to remember. And that's it what I have for today. Thank you very much.
All right, let's give it up for Jay. Okay, so that gets us about halfway through the people who have actually signed up ahead of time because they went to Worldwide Comedy on Facebook, they clicked like, they saw the event, they said spot please. However, we do not have a full slate right now. We only have 7 people signed up. We do have room for 10, which means right now, for one time, I'm going to open up to the floor for everybody who thinks maybe I've had just enough to drink. Or, yeah, I can do that. Ben did it. Kinda. So, this will be my one time. I'm going to leave it up. I'm going to open up. 3 deer, come up here for a couple minutes and tell some jokes. Anybody? Going once? You've already been on this stage, Josh. Come on.
Anything for a preview?
No. Oh, anything? All right. We'll talk after the show. All right. Okay. I guess that means nobody wants to take it up. Okay. So we'll keep on going. So our next performer comes here on occasion. I think he is an English teacher. He also was a Toastmaster. He's got a beard. That's all I can say. His name is Pjok. Let's hear it for him.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, good people. How are you doing tonight?
Oh yeah.
Are you alright? Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? You sir, are you all good? Your blood pressure is like... When did you last see a doctor? A doctor. You see, you should see a doctor more often. And you too, and actually everyone. Because apparently, and in science now, it's been discovered that if you have a real relationship with your doctor, you live longer. Well, when I read that, I've decided to live forever, and I actually moved in with my doctor last week. His wife ain't thrilled. Apparently, officially, I'm the new gardener for now. All it takes is for me to carry a pitchfork and wear a straw hat at all times. Can be a bitch in the bathroom, but apart from that, it's working all right. Talking doctors. What is the worst thing you can hear from a urologist? Piss off. What is the worst thing you can hear from a sexologist, psychiatrist? Go fuck yourself. What is actually the worst thing you can hear from a heart specialist? You, sir, are under cardiac arrest. That's bad, but it's gonna be worse, I promise you. What is the absolutely standard thing you're gonna hear from a lungs specialist? Every breath you take, I'll be watching you. And then, what is the absolute worst thing you can hear from an oncologist? Oh, you have cancer, what the fuck did you think? Although he could also say something along the lines of, your wife does better blowjobs than your daughter. And I'd be like, sir, I guess I'll take the cancer, thank you. But anyway, so a guy comes into a dermatologist surgery and, well, office, whatever, and he says, well, I've got these funny spots on my penis, and the doctor says, yeah, okay, show us your genitalia. And he looks at it and he says, well, I think it's yeast infection. And the guy says, well, and I did tell my daughter explicitly to floss more often. Which could also work with, so a Roman Catholic priest comes into a dermatologist's office and he says, well, I got these funny spots on my, and then the doctor says, well, I'm afraid it's the yeast infection, and the priest says, well, and I did tell the boys to floss regularly. So, yeah, this could take us either way. We could go with pedophilia, or we could go with STDs. I don't know how much time I still have, but I'm gonna go with STDs. Who knows what an STD is? Does everyone, do you realize what the, yeah, sure. Who's ever had one? What did you have?
I have all of them.
All of them. So that means you have a lot of sex. Guys, don't be afraid, because like, oh shit, I'm out of time.
One more minute.
Okay. So yeah, well, I've only had one in my life. It was a mild case of herpes tyndari, and fortunately you can cure it with over-the-counter stuff. And something I can't really understand is how people still get STDs in the age of condoms, where you can just purchase them everywhere 24/7. And what I think is that to put a condom on, you need like at least a solid 86% erection. But after 8 beers, you're more like down to 74, which allows you to kind of slide it in, but it's not hard to put a condom on. So it's hard enough to get an STD or get a kid, but it's not hard enough to use a condom. So I think what they should do is either they should make the condoms bigger or the vaginas smaller. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter. One more time. All right. So, all ready? Yeah. You dropped something, so just make sure you have everything that you need. Okay, so it's no small secret that I have some bastard sons. We saw one to start the show with Ben. My other bastard sons are not here tonight. But I do have one more adopted daughter, and she is coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Houston.
How are you? Good? Yeah, right. Don't lie. I mean, I don't blame you. I'm 28, surprisingly still alive. Apparently, my curiosity is stronger than my depression. So, summer is almost over. My holidays were bearable. Last month, I've been to the metal music festival with a group of my metal friends, guys only. It was okay. Hanging out only was meant for 5 days. My estrogen level went down, testosterone up. I'm having my balls removed next week. I came back from that festival a bit sick. I've seen the doctor. He said I had that terrible, very dangerous and extremely contagious virus. I decided to keep it. We come along very well. But while on sick leave, I watched some news in the TV. Turns out there's been a lot of death around recently. Good. Also, interesting things happen in Poland. 2 Polish women found an unexploded bomb. They put it into the car together with a 2-year-old child and drove to the closest police station. That story has a very bad ending. The bomb didn't explode. Interesting things happen in Wrocław as well. So that outdoors yoga became a thing recently, right? You can see people doing yoga in all the parks and stuff, and I can't watch them because they can easily break their necks and die, but they don't. So something sweet happened to me recently. A guy told me that he would love me till the end of his days. So I buried him in my backyard. I wish I had that virus back then. Speaking of sweet people, speaking of charming people, Ted Bundy, the serial killer. He used to work in the Seattle Suicide Hotline Center as a volunteer. I know, serial killer, saving lives successfully. So disappointing. Mentioning Teddy reminded me that I have no heroes left. They have all been executed in the US. It's personal. It's personal. I have to switch to something else right now. My friend asked me recently what is my dream job, like the best profession. There can only be one answer to that question: a Catholic priest. Sex and money in exchange for brainwashing people? Who wouldn't love that? So I took the career test the other day. I had to answer some standard questions like, so I had to ask some standard questions for example, what was there? Do you like sharp objects? Yeah. Do you like fighting crime? Do you like crime? Yeah. Are you afraid of blood? Are you kidding me? You know what was the outcome of that test? Apparently I can't be a Catholic priest, but I would make an exceptional executioner, specialized in decapitation. Killing people legally? Cool. We all have jobs and dreams, right? But let's stick to reality. My friend visited me recently with her newly born child. I saw that tiny little human being with tiny little hands and tiny little head, and all my instincts woke up. My trial starts next week. But for that, I would like to share quickly something important with you. Like I have few tips for girls using Tinder. Guys, the most important thing is, if a guy on Tinder seems to be a psychopath, he doesn't seem. The second thing is that I read about the psychopaths and criminals. They are not always the same thing. There is much more to us than that. Also, fun fact, majority of serial killers were raised by dominant and imperious mothers. That means no children for me. I won't raise my own competition. And the last two things, if I may quickly. Back to Tinder. Tinder changes society. Nowadays, men more often understand that when you say no, it means no. But if you write in your Tinder description that you are not looking for one-night stands, they will simply assume that you are more into blowjobs. And that's because men think that for us women, Tinder is a couch-surfing portal, which it is. It's just finding one with a decent guy attached to it there. Impossible. And I agree. Then one last thing, before I get arrested. Guys, Tinder truths. First of all, on Tinder, traveler means sex tourist. Likes meeting new people means likes fucking them. And if a guy writes on Tinder that he likes open-minded girls, it means no ideology, it's all about strap-ons.
Okay, so as I have mentioned before, we are Worldwide Comedy. You should find us on Facebook. You should hit like, so this way you can find out about all of the great events that we have coming up, including two more open mics this month right here. On the 24th of the month, we are not going to be here, so always make sure to check. We're going to be over at Vertigo. We're going to have a man named Rockin' Blake doing his true dating stories. He's been here a few times. He's very funny. It's a different type of show. You should check that out. And then on September 30th at La Charnia, which is right over here, I will be headlining after going on my tour. Yes! Back again. So starting on Friday, I'm going to be doing a 14 city tour, starting in Croatia. I get to sit on a bus for 25 hours. Wow. The glamour, that's right. It's just like being in a Metallica video, it's great. Sure. Anyway. So please come out and see that as I come home after I do my Heartbreaker tour. And it'll be fun because I'm awesome. Yeah, it's true. Before we get to our final performer, we have only one performer left. I'm going to, one more time, just to see if anybody is interested in coming up on stage. Get a free beer. Not you, put your hand down, you've already been up here. All right, I guess not. Okay, so we're going to get to our very last performer today. She asked to go last today because she said that she has some friends that wanted to see her perform, which everybody thought was funny because she doesn't have any friends. So,
nice! I will see you. This is my friend.
That's all for you.
She's a person.
This is what you do.
I don't see anybody. Anyway.
She does.
So welcome to Worldwide Comedy's home for the criminally insane. Please welcome Alexandra.
This is why I hate men, but we'll get to that later. So, I wanted to start off with something that's just makes me really mad, just, personal. I hate this. How the fuck is it September already? Like, somebody needs to explain it to me. Like, I swear, 2018 started like 3 weeks ago. At best, 3 weeks ago. Like, the other day I heard a girl in my office asking another girl, what are you doing for the New Year's Eve? Like, do you have any plans for New Year's Eve yet? And I was like, what the fuck? I'm pretty sure I'm still hungover from the last one. And you're making plans for the next one. Like, this is crazy. This is insane. Like, I don't know. I used to live like from one weekend to another, but right now I just register like every third weekend. Like, something serious must happen. Like, days just go by. I don't know what's going on in my life anymore. I lost control of it a long time ago. And the other day I was on a tram and I saw an old lady with like some purple hair and like crazy lipstick and wearing something very extravagant. And I was like, yes, this is me. Probably tomorrow. Very likely. So yeah, it's really tragic, It really pisses me off how fast the time goes. But if it annoys me so much, I can only imagine how terrible it must be for other people, like Derrek, for example. Like, how do you do it? Like, you are an inspiration. I strive to be, like this, because as you can tell, I'm already, falling apart because of this whole time thing. So, but yeah, September, we started like 2 days ago, but it was made apparent today when we saw all the children in trams, looking pretty in their blue and white, or black and white. Tomorrow they're gonna be back to looking the trash cells. I don't even know what kids are wearing these days. I don't know. I'm losing touch with the youth fashion, sadly. If that's what happens when you get old. And if they fill up the trams, and soon enough there will be college students. Oh. As if public transport to work wasn't traumatic enough. Now you have to deal with this bullshit. So yeah, so September means summer is over, and we have to, say goodbye to all of our favorite things about summer, about short shorts, short skirts, drinking beer on the Vespa, and my personal favorite, the barbecues. I haven't been to many this summer, but I have been to one the other day, and I remembered how much I love watching guys fire up the grill. You know, I don't think the Greek god Hephaestus was as serious about the fire in his mythical, workshop as a couple of guys are firing up the grill at the park. Like, there's something primal about it. You know, the grill is like so magnetic to them. You know, it's like, oh, the fire, and big strong man must make fire. Let's cook the meat for the women. This energy, this savage energy, you can only watch, in fascination. And I will usually spin it into one of my men or trash routines, but honestly, it's kind of endearing watching them look at this. It's kind of cute. So we call little girl fairies, because some meat from. So yeah, so I'll be really, really sad to see this summer go. You know, it's been a really good summer for me. I got a new job. I made some new friends. I went on the best vacation of my life. If you know, you know. But this wasn't supposed to be funny. I was just bragging. So yeah, so the summer is gone, but I hope there are some good things coming in fall. And if not, maybe we'll be dead by next summer. That's good enough for me, to be honest. So let's hope for the best.
Thank you very much. One more time, I call Alexandra. Okay, so we would like to thank everybody for coming out. I hope you can stick around and drink some more and talk with us, especially Dan. Dan loves it when strangers come up to talk to him. Thank you very much, Dan, for keeping the time for us. Let's hear it for Dan. The man with the timing. And of course, we'd like to thank all of our performers tonight. It's always great when you get up on stage. Hopefully maybe next time in the future, if you did not come up tonight. Yes, sir?
Another shot, allow one more person.
One more person. Let me see, hold on. Does anybody like to go? Do we have anybody out here who would like to go? One more person. I don't see anybody. What's your name, sir? Francesco. Francesco, why did you wait so long? Twice I asked people. Third time's a charm, huh?
I just wanted something that was funny. Just wanted it like at the end.
Right at the end, okay. Where are you from?
From New Jersey, New Jersey.
You're from New Jersey? You live on my stage?
Derrek, there's always next week.
Well, we got...
I know from New Jersey.
Gotta get that fumigated? Come on, man. This is... Well, it's Niebo. Never mind. Come on up on stage, my friend.
That's different when you sing. Now I'm regretting it a little. No, but the reason I didn't think of it was when I didn't come here prepared. I didn't think of doing it. It's my first time doing open mic, by the way. But there was something that came into my mind right when you guys were talking about Wrocław and how much you love it. You left, why did you leave? You came back, and I always get asked from my friends, like, you always talk so good about Wrocław. You say like this place is magical, like Dan said. I'm like, it is. But one friend goes, stop the bullshit. Just tell me one thing you don't fucking like. And I'm like, I can't think of it. But I was lying. There's one thing, guys. And if you're with me, I want you to at least like give me a clap. Who here has ever been to the supermarket or any kind of line? Are you looking for the drug guy and you stop it for no reason? It's just a clap. No, but if you ever been to the supermarket and then while you're at the supermarket waiting in line, someone just cuts in front of you. Has that ever happened here in Wrocław?
Everyone should be clapping right now.
Everyone should be clapping right now. Come on, guys. That is the one thing that I just don't get. So I'll give you a story. True story. I'm waiting in line and I'm there on my phone because I'm by myself and just act like I'm on my phone because I'm not doing anything else, right? Everyone's on their phone doing nothing. I was like, checking in. Right while I'm in line now, I'm carrying something in my right hand. A little old blonde Polish lady just scooches in, just like this. And she looks up, but there's nothing there. So she's doing it. I know she's doing it. She knows she's doing it. So now I'm thinking, okay, let me
And it's just, this is my spot, I did it in 3 minutes. So I did this, I don't want to be rude, just like, I'm gonna look up, I'm gonna look down. So I swooped down, I'm like, oh, got back in there. So now I'm 39, she goes back, looks back up. And then she looks at me, and then she looks back, and she just gets right in front of me. She basically said, without saying it, this is my spot, motherfucker. I don't have to look down or up. And I was so insulted, my heart started racing, and I go, this is an injustice. We gotta stop doing this. One supermarket at a time. This is fucking bullshit. Bullshit, man. So I decided I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back, but I'm gonna do it as gracefully as I can. So I went to step, and I turned my back, and then I stepped on her, and she screamed. She was, ah! And then she looked at me, and then she's like, what's the name, motherfucker? Me, shy, motherfucker. I don't know how to say that. And I got a little nervous now, because I'm now, have to meet my beautiful girlfriend soon. I want to just buy this water, because my mouth is parched. It's parched. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? So I said, no, I'm going back. So I went back up. Right when I'm next, she screams. And she goes, no, yes, I was here. And then the guy looked at me and goes, pan? Nie tutaj, ona. And I was trying to argue with my 4, vocabulary words in Polish. To nie jest naprawdę. To nie jest naprawdę. It's not true. Jestem tutaj. Something. Point of the story, I still love Wrocław, but I hate when they fucking cut the line. Thank you. Has anybody ever walked into a place and you see like an old lady and a pregnant lady walk in at exactly the same time? You ever see this happen? It's like, all right, it's like the battle of the people who just think they can go first. That's the best. You're like, oh, I carry popcorn with me at all times, just in case that happens. But you know who wins, right? The old lady wins. Number one, she's got the experience, because she's probably been old a lot longer than that lady's been pregnant, right? And she's also thinking, I'll just wait that bitch out. I'll deliver that fucking baby and still get first in line. That's what I'm saying right now. Thank you very much for coming up. Thank you guys.